Hi. So, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been planning out what kind of videos I want to do. Some of them are going to take a while because I need to get into more of this YouTube scene. But since it's a Friday night, I'm up late. I was about to say home alone. I'm not. My grandparents are literally sleeping upstairs. Up late. It is currently about 12:40. I just wanted to do something fun, and today's challenge, not challenge, but something fun I'm going to be doing, also very scary, is I want to be reacting to scary stories late at night. Yay! What I'm going to be doing is that I'm just going to read a couple stories off the internet. Disclaimer, I don't own any of the stories. They're not mine. I'm just reading, so no copyright here. So I have my laptop with me because I literally film with my phone. I can't even use my phone. If you're new to this channel, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button and comment down below what kind of videos you want me to do. Also, go hit my social medias. If you haven't, let's get right into it. Oh my gosh, I gotta turn up my brightness. Alrighty, there we go. So I'm lighting a candle because why don't we make it feel like a nice paranormal seance? It's like we're about to play a Ouija board. Not totally in the dark, but why don't we try it out? It is so quiet in my house right now. It's unreal. I don't like it like this. It's not. I want to feel safe, so I gotta cover up my entire body. If I so much as hear like a knock or like a sound in the house, I'm officially ending everything. Grab my snacks. I got fish sticks. I also got goldfish crackers, and we got this popcorn. You can never go wrong with popcorn while reading scary shit. Oh, my laptop's charged. Y'all, I'm scared. If I hear a noise, oh my god. I turn down my brightness a bit. It's too bright. Okay, let's go on Reddit. Reddit has some good stories. Oh, I'm scared. Okay. No, not that one. That one. I want something like long. Something that just got me. Alrighty, this one's called, again, I don't own any of these stories. These aren't mine. I'm just reading off the internet. So that's a disclaimer. The story's called The User Who Never Existed. About a year ago, my friend Nico's got obsessed with Reddit. He created a profile, Thanatos Returned, and spent hours on dark subreddits, urban legends, unexplained events, paranormal stories. One day he sent me a link to a thread called Do Not Type Your Name Here No Matter What. Like an idiot, I clicked it. The thread was simple, thousands of comments, and at the top of each comment, their username was deleted. Every comment contained only one word, the person's name. Of course, Nico typed his. The next day he didn't show up to class. No replies to texts. I went to his house. His mother looked at me confused and said, I don't have a son. What? What do you mean? No. She didn't remember him at all. It was like he had been erased from existence. I checked Reddit again. His profile was gone. All his posts, comments, messages, gone. If this is some kind of ghost poltergeist type shit, I'm not up for that. I typed his name into the thread, just that, Nico's. The post vanished right in front of me. A notification appeared in my inbox. Do not try again. You still exist. Months pass. Sometimes I see his old username pop up as online for a second, then vanish. Like he's trying to come back, like he's not entirely gone. Sometimes while I sleep, I hear Reddit notifications. My phone is off, no internet, always the same message. You, Thanatos Returned is searching for you. I've never gone back to that thread. Every time I try to type it in, my keyboard freezes. The lights flicker, or worse, I hear someone whispering my name behind me. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, okay, I'm already getting paranoid. If you don't believe me, go ahead, search for the thread, but be careful. Do not type your name. Okay, like I'm scared. I'm scared. I really wish someone else was here with me. Okay, that's just so creepy. Ew. That part got me. Like I was just like, because my TV's like right there. If I look and I see something right there, I'm gonna start freaking out. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Okay, I'll try this one. I was wondering why I couldn't find my charger at night. It all started when I was 18. I was in college and I had gotten pretty used to being able to reach my charger from my bed, but every so often I wouldn't be able to find it. but when it did show up, it was covered in bite marks. Ew. Not dog or animal bite marks, that of humans. Oh my god, no. I live alone in a dorm and no one had access to my room. I repeatedly checked the cameras that were in the hall facing my dorm's door. One of the days, I asked the principal to look at the cameras. A moment later, all I heard was a blood-curdling scream. I, along with the other teachers, all ran in to check on her. I couldn't see much at the time, but all I saw was blood drenching her clothes. What? That was 12 years ago. I am now 30 with 3 kids and back at my school reviewing the footage of that night 12 years ago. There was a man who had walked into my dorm in the middle of the night. I quickly switched to the camera I had set myself in the room years ago. The man had crawled under my bed. That was when I saw it, the man who, a gray hand reaching up and ripping the charger out of the wall. I turned on the audio with a quick, wet, sloshy chewing sound. Ew, okay. Descriptive there. Before the hand appeared again, putting the charger back before the man slowly crawled out of my room, but not before whispering the words that made my blood run cold. I'm always watching you. Ew, my god. Who needs sleep? I don't need it. Especially not tonight. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to put on some kids movies after this. That's so real though. If you or me, if you're like me, and you read or watched something scary, putting on a kids movie after this just hits different. I'm trying to look for some scary stories. I want something that like just gets me in that mood, you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm just taking too long to search. Okay, there's this one called Do Not Get Turkey Teeth. What even is that? I don't know anything about that, and I'm not reading that. Alrighty, this one is called A Stranger Outside My House Started Calling Me. It was around 12:30 in the morning when I first noticed the car. I wasn't asleep yet. I was home alone for the weekend. My parents were visiting my aunt in Connecticut, and I stayed behind to study and have the house to myself. We live in a quiet, tucked away suburban neighborhood. Nothing ever really happens on our street. It's lined with identical 2-story homes, porch lights, glowing yellow, trees. Wait, I think I read that wrong. It's lined with identical 2-story homes, porch lights glowing yellow, trees casting shadows on neatly trimmed lawns. At that hour, the whole block should have been silent. My neighbors on both sides were also out of town. The family to the right had left earlier in the afternoon for a camping trip in Pennsylvania. The couple on the left were always visiting their daughter in Chicago. I remember seeing their porch lights off earlier in the night, and both of the driveways were empty. There wasn't a single other house on the block with a car in front of it. Okay, that just makes it worse. I had just finished brushing my teeth and was walking down the dark upstairs hallway when I passed the front bedroom window. The blinds were closed, but I caught a faint light through the slats. It wasn't bright, just a soft, steady glow. I paused. Ew. I think I'll read one more and then I'm done because I'm getting too terrified. I leaned closer and peeked through the blinds. Parked directly in front of our house was a car. It wasn't running, it wasn't pulling up. It had been there for a while. The only light was the faint white glow of its daytime LED strips, the kind that stay on even when the engine is off. I didn't recognize the car. It was some dark-colored sedan, windows slightly tinted. It wasn't in front of a driveway, just sitting along the curb, directly in front of our house. Our street doesn't get through traffic. If you're here for someone. I stepped back from the window and turned off the hallway light so I could see better without being seen. Then I crept closer again, ducking low beneath the bottom of the window frame. The blinds were still closed, and I lifted one gently with 2 fingers. The man in the driver's seat was staring straight ahead. Not our house, just forward. Blank. I couldn't see his face clearly, not in detail, but I could make out the outline of his head. Short hair, still, eyes pointing straight towards the front of the car. His hands weren't on the wheel. He wasn't moving, just sitting there like he had been frozen that way. Oh my god. See, that type of oh my god. Calling the police right away. Like, I don't give a You're on my property. You're doing nothing. You're not welcome. Get out, get out. I stayed crouched. My knees started to hurt, but I didn't move. Something about the way he wasn't doing anything felt worse if he had gotten out. Then I saw it. A faint flicker. The light of a phone screen lighting up the inside of a car for a few seconds. He was using his phone. Oh my gosh, my laundry room. The laundry room is like right next to my room and it's making the noises. You know how laundry rooms make like those noises and all that? That's what it's doing right now. I hate it. That's when I moved. I backed away from the window slowly, staying low. I turned and walked down the hall, ducking past each window like I was sneaking around in a movie. When I reached the top of the stairs, I double-checked that the front door was locked, then I checked the back, then the garage. Every door, every window locked, curtains drawn, blinds shut. I made sure of it. I stood in the kitchen, heart beating fast. I hear noises. I hate this. The things I do. At 12:48, my my phone buzzed in my pocket. It was a call, no caller ID. I let it ring once, twice. I didn't answer. It stopped on its own after the third ring, no voicemail. I walked quietly back up to the front bedroom and crawled onto the carpet. I stayed low, crawled to the window again, and peeked through the blinds. He was still there, but this time he was looking up at the house. Ew! His face was partially lit by the glow of his phone screen again. It wasn't aimed at him, it was tilted toward in his lap, but the light gave enough away. He was staring up, not the window directly, but toward the second floor, my floor. I dropped the blind. I lay flat on the carpet, that kind of flat where you feel your heart in your chest. A minute later, my phone rang again. No caller ID. I didn't answer. I stayed there on the floor, watching the screen. No message, nothing. At 1:04, I got another call. This time I answered. There was no voice, but I could hear something. No breathing, no static. It was the sound of someone walking, footsteps on what sounded like gravel or crushed leaves. The steps would stop, then start again, one at a time, measured. I didn't say anything. The line went quiet. Then a single noise came through, a soft clicking sound like someone pressing a button on a car key fob. Then the line went dead. I stayed on the floor for a while after that. I didn't realize I was holding my breath until I had to let it out. I crawled over to my desk and opened the drawers slowly and quietly, grabbed the flashlight I kept from summer storms, then my extra phone charger, and then my laptop. I started texting my parents, even though I knew they were probably asleep. I told them there was someone parked in front of our house, that I was fine, that the doors were locked. Then the landline rang. Okay, this guy is so ugly. He is scary. We still have one in the kitchen, old school, cordless. It hardly ever rings. It rang loud, piercing, echoing through the whole house. I jumped to my feet. My phone was still in my hand and it lit up at the same time. No caller ID. Both phones were ringing. I didn't answer the cell. I walked slowly downstairs, heart pounding in my ears, to the kitchen floor. I picked up on the fourth ring. No sound. Just walking again. Slower this time, closer. Then silence. Then one long inhale, like someone was about ready to speak. Then the line clicked and went dead. I stood there in the kitchen, lights off, on the edge of a full panic attack. Then I walked to the front of the house and peeked through the side of the curtain. The car was still there, but the man wasn't looking forward anymore. He was leaning slightly to the side, like he was trying to see around something, like he was trying to find me. Ooh. Oh my god. Phone light flickered again in his hands. I backed away, grabbed my cell, and dialed 911. My voice cracked when I gave them my address. I told them there was a man in a car parked in front of my house. He hadn't gotten out. He hadn't done anything, but he had been there for over an hour. He was calling me, calling the landline. I didn't know how he had that number. The dispatcher asked me if I could see him now. I moved back to the window, looked through the blinds. The car was still there, but the driver's side door was open, and the seat was empty. Oh my Actually, I'll just go for one more story. This story's called I Was Washed in the Woods. Ew. Oh my god, don't even mention the woods. I live by the woods. Well, not like a big forest, but it's like a little bush next to like a river. Still terrifying though. Have you ever felt like someone was watching you while in the woods? Lance asked the group. The campfire crackled between us as he continued. I'd wager that you have, your skin prickling from the graze of another. Lance paused, looking at each of us before he resumed. And I'm not talking about the gaze of an animal or anything like that. I'm talking about the gaze of an intelligent being. Something that knows what you are, something observing you. Ugh. I feel like I'm being watched right now. Chris was hunched over, seemingly focused on the story being told. My two other friends were more or less uninterested, but still listened to Lance. Well, I haven't met the look around. I'll tell you a tale of someone that has my dad. Bullshit, jabbed Jake. You're just making this up. Hey man, just let Lance tell the story, I said. It's all good fun anyway. Fine. Well now, where was I? Oh yes. My dad told me this story only once, One day, he was out in the woods near his old house up north. He said that he was looking for some berries to snack on during a hot summer day when all of a sudden he felt as if he was being watched. He looked around trying to pinpoint the source of the gaze. His search was unfruitful, so he continued on his berry hunt. More carefully than before, he searched for berries and was met with moderate success. After gathering a few handfuls of berries, he was about to start back home when the feeling came back once again. He was being watched. However, this time he could feel the gaze coming from his back left. Spinning quickly, he turned to confront the thing. He caught sight of a sudden movement near a tree. Ooh, my god. Don't even mention that. Something hid behind the tree. Convinced it was another person, he called out to whoever it was. Okay, why would you call out? That just invites the person to come up to you. No! My dad strode closer, moving at an angle to approach from the side of a tree and find the perpetrator. As he rounded the tree, he found there was no one there. Inspecting the area, he found old tracks. They were like the footprint of a small child. However, judging by their depth, they belonged to someone much heavier than him. Disturbed, he quickly made his way home, feeling the stare of the creature on his way back. When he told my grandfather about his encounter, he informed my dad about the local legend of the look around. Okay, no, are we getting into like paranormal type stuff? Lance stopped and took a quick drink of water before continuing his tale. My grandfather grew up in the mountains of the northeast and heard of the look around growing up. It was supposedly a human-like creature that had a stature of a child. The look around was thought to be a result of an unholy union between a demon and virgin. The demon had set himself upon the young woman and conceived a child with her. The child grew quickly, and after 33 days, on its third hour after midnight, the child was born. The mother died during childbirth due to the violating the child erupted from her womb. The child would then stare at people who were alone in the woods. It was always staring from behind a tree, like a child trying to hide. That's where its name comes from. My dad, after hearing this, thanked his lucky stars he escaped safely from the creature. Lance's tale finished with all of us in silence. The memory of Lance's fireside story came rushing to me when I felt it. I was being watched. Oh my god. See, this type of I'm not excited for this. I had set out on what I called a journey of self-discovery, though in reality, it was more an excuse to get drunk, spend time with my girlfriend. College wasn't doing well and my job just had laid me off. My response to this was to go on a road trip with my girlfriend and just forget about my problems for a while. The trip was going well until my girlfriend had to go home due to an illness in the family. Despite the setback, I continued onwards. After a couple days, I found myself at a local campground. I proceeded to park my car and sleep off the booze. The next morning, I woke into a headache and bladder that needed relief. Begrudgingly, I can't even read that. I'm so sorry. I climbed out of my car. The damp morning air hung heavy as I stumbled onto the shadowed woods. I guess I must have wandered too far because when I finished, I didn't know how to get back. Now back to the present. The hair on my back of my neck rose to the memory of Lance's story mingled with the eerie stillness of the woods. As I looked around trying to spot it, a sudden blur of movement caught my eye, disappearing behind a tree. I took a weary step back from the tree. I'm never going outside ever again. This can't be real, I muttered in disbelief. I started to walk backward before turning and hurrying away. The gaze followed me, shifting direction. I felt it from my back to my left and to my right. Then I felt it right in front of me. Knowing I had to look, I gathered all my courage and marched towards the tree. I looked around the tree to find nothing. Letting out a sigh of relief, I noticed I could no longer feel the gaze. I did, however, see my car between the two trees off the distance. Grateful but still disturbed, I started walking to my car. Just as I reached the tree line, a whisper slithered into my ear, cold as first frost. I see you. Y'all, we're done. No more. I'm getting paranoid. I didn't even eat my snacks. I don't know why. I kind of feel bad that I didn't read more, but I'm literally so paranoid. I don't know if I want to. This was a fun idea. I liked it. Next time I'm gonna do this again, but it has to be with a friend. I would have gone hardcore. Like, I was gonna be like, what if I just went deep and opened my blinds? But because I'm so paranoid, I'm not that clinically insane, I'm not doing that. I didn't do that. I'm not going to do that. No way. If you like this video, thank you so much for watching. And yeah. So I'll see you guys again soon. I'm gonna try to go for like a weekly upload if I can. Maybe I'll go for 2 if I'm lucky enough, or like I don't procrastinate, because I'm such the worst procrastinator ever in the world. This is gonna be fun to edit, mostly. Editor me here. This is a pain in the butt. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.